Okay, I'm super tired, as you can tell. I look tired as hell. But I felt like I have to do this little talk about poker here with you. Um, Mainly about how just it is, how you got to be a mental, a lot of mental into playing real poker when you're thinking constantly, and especially if you're doing it and you think other players ain't paying attention to what's really going on. Um, I played tonight. I cashed in the 2500 mixed. Okay, I hit the money easily, really. But after the money bursted at 70 players, once again, I don't know what the hell's going on, but man, I've dealt so many good hands, and I mean strong hands you can't fold, and then not get there. I mean, it's draw game, don't get me wrong, but you can't miss all the draws, especially when you draw is so many different cards can help you. I mean, my God. I'm getting ace, deuce, three, and my draw gives me a deuce and a three. Or my draw gives me a jack and a king. Now, the good thing, the difference in that draw, for those who don't really know what's going on about this game, the mixed game, if I got ace, deuce, three, and I draw two cards, and we're playing, ace to five, triple draw, and then I draw a deuce and a three on my draw, that's not really that bad, because I'm taking the cards they need. Okay, they probably need a deuce or a three. Now, when I draw a king and a jack, well, fuck no, they don't need that. But basically that's what's going on and why I get knocked out of these tournaments and not win. I mean, hey, look at this. 4 tournaments at WSOP, I cashed it 2. I had 2 chances. If I could have run it up, I could have got 2 bracelets. Especially in the Omaha high and low. I should have won that damn thing, and I know it. I was up and down all day today in the mixed triple draw. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it is. When the blinds get up there and you take a hit, you go down a lot. But then when you win one, you go up a lot. You just can't be going down, 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 and not win a pot. That's how you get knocked out. That's what happened to me. So, here's the thing I'm trying to get across here. I never give up. I got low again many times, but not before the money. My lowest, I think I dropped down to, and remember, I started, I think, today with 138. I got down to 72,000 early, right off the bat again, but I came back. And once again, what I've told you guys 100 times, when you're down early, okay, when the blinds go up, you can catch up faster. I could lose 2 hands in a row, and then when the blinds go up, I can win that one hand and get back to where I was. So I always think I could come back, and I always do. I always come back where, just like today. It was I battled my butt off. I truly am. I could say that. I mean, I would take a hit, unbelievable hits. I mean, I would draw 1, they would draw 2 or 3, and I wouldn't get there, and they would. And that happened a lot today. And that's why I'm out. But that's part of the game. That's why the mental part is so important. You brush it off, and you go to the next tournament. Eventually, it's going to be my day. It's just a matter of when. But I know this. But, I sat here and I watched these guys play when I wasn't in a hand. 2, to see what they're doing, even when I wasn't in the hand. And I'm seeing 2 bets and 3 bets pre-flop, and I see them get called, and then I watch them draw 2 or 3. To me, are you kidding me? I don't do that. I don't raise if I got to draw 3 cards. If I got, for example, deuce to 7, if I got a deuce 3 7, I'll raise it. But if I just have a deuce and a 7, hell no. I still got to hit 3 cards. No. But these guys are raising, and I don't think it's with deuce 3 7, because I just don't. And the same when we played Badoogie tonight. they're raising and drawing 2 cards. I mean, my God. You know, it's like suicide mission. You know, if they raise and I look down and I got 3 cards to the Badugi and they're 3 good cards, it's hard to lay that down. Just hard. And let's say I need a heart, but it can't be an ace, a 3 or a 4, and I got ace, 3, 4. A deuce would give me the nuts, right? It puts the deuce of hearts. But any heart above a 4 would pretty much, I would say a 5 or a 6 would probably win it in Badugi. But I keep whiffing. I mean, what am I going to do? I'll pair the board or get the same suit. And, and once again, this is why I'm out of the tournament. So you got to be mind strong. You got to wait. You got to, once again, in any game you play, any game, position is very crucial. You're the last act to see what's going ahead of you. Even in these draw games, okay? I can't tell you how many times, if there's folds to the button, they raise no matter what the hell they had. And now that I understand. But the raise, just the raise, I don't get it. But, I'm sitting there paying attention to everything. So, when you're playing poker, you got to watch everything going on. Now I'm going to tell you another story tonight, which I already knew before he said something to me. I sat beside, all of you should know who James Woods is. He's an actor in a lot of movies. I played there all damn day by him. And we talked all day about, he's got all these great stories, man, I'm telling y'all. But as the day went on and all these other pros kept coming to our table as we were losing players, and he's saying, man, they all seem to know you. I said, yeah, I deal to them. We get talk a little bit more. And then he goes to me, he goes, I want to tell you something, Clyde. All these pros know you, but you play like a pro. He goes, I've been watching you. He goes, you bet a 9-6 like you got a 6 pat. And that's why you get called. You'll bet anyway on your 9, which makes them want to call you because they're. I said, I know this. I said, if I only bet the 6, I'll never get paid off on it. So see, he knows, and he's he's a good player. Believe it or not, he's pretty damn good. He's still in the tournament as far as I know right now, but he noticed that, and I know the pros noticed that. Because you got to be thinking all the time when you're in these tournaments. You can't just assume, oh, they're not paying attention. Believe me, they are. They are. And James is right. I was betting my 9s every time because, listen, here's the thing about that. I either got it or I don't. But guess what? What if he's got a 10? What if he's got a 9-8? Is he going to call me? I could have a 9-5 or a 9-6. Is he going to call me? Okay? I'm betting anyway. I tell you what, I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to tell you guys right now. Several hands I bluffed. Okay? And I want to tell you how I did it. Okay? And I'm sure other pros try this shit. But I have an image where they think, oh, well, Clyde has to have it. More likely. Okay? Because I'm an older guy. But, I know I use that to my advantage. But I had a hand where I had that real good low. And I needed one more card. I drawed. And it paired what I had. And I stood pat. And the reason I stood pat is because they're still drawing too. And so I think it was deuce to 7. And I paired my 6. And I thought, you know what? That's a card they need. And I tell you what, they're drawing too. I got a pretty strong hand here. I'm going to do it anyway. Because listen, this is the crazy thing about this. I stayed pat. They draw 2, draw 2. Now they get to draw again. One's drawn 2, one's drawn 1. I'm still staying pat. Now one's folding on my bet. The other one stayed, drawed 1. And then he mucked after drawing 1 on the last betting round. They didn't think I could pull that shit off. And I did. If he would have hit, he would have called me and I would have lost. But that's what you got to mix it up sometimes. So I did that. I'm proud of the way I play. I mean, I'm not completely a nit or a damn, I got to have it every time. But position is the reason, was one of the reasons I was able to do that. And I wasn't in the best position, but I was in good enough position to where there's nobody behind me. They're going to check it. I'm going to bet. They're going to draw. And that's how it works on these draw games. So there's more skill than you can imagine in these draw games. But the only part I don't get when I'm watching all these other players is 2 and 3 brazen it before the flop and then draw 2 or 3 cards. I've never seen such stuff like that. I mean, I see it all the time, but I'm like, how do they keep getting lucky when they're doing that crap? How? I don't know. But, I cashed today. I'm tired. You can see I'm so tired. But I was on my A game. I really was. When we got down to 70 players tonight, once again, I played the deuce to 7 mixed triple draw at the WSOP. Once we hit the money, I still had 265,000, and I don't know why, but again, I couldn't hit nothing after we got no money, and I think I finished 64th. And the hand that knocked me out, if you got Poker News, they wrote it up. You can check and see what I'm talking about. I mean, usually when I'm trying to draw, I hit my same card, or I hit the same suit. I got knocked out with deuce to 7, and I got dealt in 87. With 2 people coming in, I would have tripled up. And instead, they both hit better hands than me, which we all 3 had a 7 deuce. I mean, what's the odds of that? Crazy stuff, man. But hey, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. I am so sure that my day's coming. I'm not quitting until it comes, and it's going to come. I'm too damn good for it not to come. I really am. And I don't just mean on one game. I could play every game. Every game I know how to play. It kind of helps that I get to deal with these pros every day, and I watch their mannerisms, their bet sizings, and all that stuff. Whether it's pot limit or hold'em. But in these mixed games, I got my groove on. I've had several of the big-time pros come up, like, for example, Dan Check goes, Clyde, God damn, congrats, brother. I didn't even know you knew how to play the game. I go, yeah. If I can deal it, I can play it. Also, another big thumbs up. They call him Angry John. But he told me nice playing. Okay. Oh boy. David Baker. He's another one. He goes, Clyde, be happy you still could play. Because he knew about my heart problem. I said, I am happy. I'm not happy how the cards are running, but look at this. I gave this a hell of a run. Can you imagine if I would have ran better? I'm in the money. I'm happy for that. Hell, I won over $5,000. So, with my 4 times, I played 4 events at the WSOP. 2 times, I cashed. All 4 times, I went deep. All of them. Even the 10,000. I didn't get through day 1, but I went pretty long. I can tell you that. And it took some bad beating there to get me out of that one too, but I'll be back. I'll be back playing that one again. Even if it is a $10,000 buy-in, I'll save up, or I'll win enough playing a lot cash to get back in. I'll do it. I got a year to do it. But I want to tell you another thing about the World Series of Poker. The excitement. We were sitting there playing in the deuce to 7 triple draw in the horseshoe area, which is the televised room where all the cameras are. And they're playing for bracelets and shit over in the other tables, featured tables. And the excitement of their friends cheering them on. Yeah, yeah, when they're winning their brace. I just love hearing that. I really do. And I'm hoping someday I get to do that. And people can go, yeah, Clyde won, yeah. Because it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Like I said, I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to quit. It's very frustrating. I can't believe I haven't won one yet. I really can't. I can't believe it. But I think it's coming. And then again, when you talk to other pros, they go, in volume, you got to play a lot to win a lot. Well, I don't get to play a whole lot because I got a full-time job. I believe if I played a whole series at the WSOP, I would definitely get a final table and very possibly a bracelet if I played more than a few tournaments. But I can't. But yet, I still play well enough to go deep in just about every event. The only event that I didn't go deep on is the one at my own place at the Aria when I was really unbelievable. Got knocked out so early. Flop top 2 player. And I thought they both had big pairs. And the flop was 3-7-10, and I had 7-10 of spades. And their bet, raise, I call, then re-raise, all in, re-raise, all in. I'm thinking, wow, that's got to be like aces against kings, right? All right? And I've got them beat now. I got 2 pair. So I called. Well, I was right. The one guy had pocket queens. But you believe the other guy had the pocket tens? If he doesn't have them tens, okay, I win the hand. If he had kings and the other guy had queens, I would have won a triple up early in the tournament. Instead, I got knocked out. So that's the kind of things that really, I'm like, why? Why me? I mean, the only hand they possibly could have had to have me beat in my mind, okay, was pocket threes, because the flop was 3-7-10. Because I couldn't put him on a set of sevens or a set of tens. I had 7-10. So, you know, and this is Hold'em I'm talking about right now. But I'm like, are you kidding me again? So when I got knocked out of that, which they had barely had me covered, by the way, I went over and played the 2,500 triple draw at the World Series, and I went deep in that one. So, you know, the only one, like I said, I didn't go deep in, so when it worked. And I want to tell you what, I'm playing good. I mean, I'm not doing those stupid moves and making dumb anything. So I'm looking forward to hopefully get to play one more at the World Series before it's over. But not bad. Hey, 4 tournaments, 2 cashes, 2 deep runs. It wasn't like I barely cashed. The one I finished 22nd, 21st, we both went out at the same time. And then today, I got 64th when 70 people played. But like I said, when the money hit the bubble and there were 70 people left, I had way enough chips, 265, and then all hell just went to the bottom again. So, hey, it's part of being strong here, and I believe I am. I remember how when I first started playing, how I used to be like, oh man, why is this happening to me? I used to cuss, and I've changed my ways because I realize all that's going to do is make it hard on you. And you're going to play stupid, start playing hands like everybody else, and that's not part of me. Well, listen, I hope you learned something today with this little video here. I'm going to get off here. I do appreciate it. Man, you should see how many people, my God, are rooting for me. It's unbelievable, man. I mean, I cannot believe what's going on right now in my life. Honest to God, I just can't believe it. All right, well, listen, like always, I'm wore out. I'm going to get to bed. I got to work in the morning. I appreciate everybody watching and rooting for me. And may God bless you. Have a good night.